Hello and welcome to Ukraine Today. My name is Sergey Aganesian. Ukraine is preparing to celebrate the day of Vyshyvanka, traditional embroidered outfit. In the next 10 minutes we're going to talk about the cultural meaning and the origins of Vyshyvanka. Joining me now to discuss that is Lesia Voroniuk, the initiator of the festival and a Ukrainian writer. Lesia, thank you very much for coming here.
Thanks for inviting me today.
So Lesia, it's been 10 years since the first time Ukraine celebrated its Vyshyvanka Day, and you were the one to propose the idea actually. So tell me, how did this happen?
Well, it was 10 years ago at the Yuri Fedьковich Chernivtsi National University. We were students. I had friends, 4 people, and we tried to do this holiday. And from local students' holiday, 50 countries around the world celebrate the Day of Vyshyvanka, and now we are saying World Day of Vyshyvanka.
World Day of Vyshyvanka, and what was the first festival like? How did you organize it?
So I just asked to dress Vyshyvanka and come in Vyshyvankas to the university, and it wasn't many people. It were 10 or 20 students. It was very local holiday. But we tried to say that Vyshyvanka is not just part of our clothes. It's a big symbol of Ukrainian culture, of Ukrainian unity, because in every region of our country is Vyshyvanka and people dressed Vyshyvanka. It's very important, our symbol of self-identification, and not just in Ukraine but in other countries where live Ukrainian people, for example in Canada, Germany, United States, Russia, Poland. So it's very important to know who are we. So if we will know who are we will know what we must do in our country, how we want building our country.
But it's interesting that each Vyshyvanka, the national outfit, has a different meaning based on the pattern, if I'm not mistaken. Could you please tell us more about what lies behind each pattern and each Vyshyvanka in Ukraine?
It's really so. In every region, Vyshyvanka has other ornaments. For example, this is Vyshyvanka from Kosmach. It's Ivano-Frankivska Oblast. For example, Vyshyvanka from Borshchi, it's Ternopilska Oblast, has many black ornaments. Vyshyvanka from Poltava has many white ornaments. It's very popular, white ornaments. In Lugansk, Vyshyvanka has blue-red ornaments, so they are not simple, but in every region, all people, all Ukrainians saying that Vyshyvanka is their genetic code, a very important part of their life and culture and education.
You said in every region, but we have the situation in eastern Ukraine and in Crimea. Do people still participate in these holidays and these festivals, even when the territories are occupied?
Yes, of course. Maybe Day of Vyshyvanka is not so big in Odessa, Kherson, Mykolaiv, Kharkiv, like in Chernivtsi, Lviv, Kyiv, but this holiday is there too. And I want to say that this year we work with local activists in Severodonetsk, Mariupol, and in these cities there are many people, many Ukrainian people who want to do this holiday. And this holiday for these people is more and more important now that for people from West Ukraine. You asked me about Crimea. So last year public activists tried to make a picture near Monument Crimea, and they were arrested. And they understand dangers, but they want to dress Vyshyvanka because it was for these people their public position and their political position. So Vyshyvanka is not just dress or symbol in Ukraine, it's political position in the world.
That's why it became more popular after the Maidan revolution, right? Because it's some kind of a protest against not only they symbolize, not only to show the identification, but also to protest against the occupation of parts of Ukrainian territory, right?
I think Vyshyvanka is start to be popular from first Maidan, and after second, this process is bigger and bigger. But I don't think that Maidans are just because we had two Maidans. I think it is a long evolutionary process in minds of Ukrainian people, because I think and I understand that global changes in minds of many people cannot appear in 1 year on very quickly.
It's a long process.
Yes, it's a long process of nation.
Yeah, and also you mentioned that it's not only a nation process, it goes beyond Ukraine's borders. You mentioned the United States, you mentioned Canada, you mentioned Germany. How do you manage to make contact with the communities in these countries?
We community with our diaspora, with universities, schools, Ukrainian on board, with other NGOs. So we want to find, and we found many partners. And of course, we work very hard with information campaign every year. We write 100 letters and
real letters.
Letters, yes, and emails for many organizations, and saying, please just dress embroidery or dress Vyshyvanka. So,
do they agree to dress this?
Yes, we understand that people like this holiday very much, because at first it is very beautiful holiday.
It really is.
Yes, but at the second, it's very important for minds holiday.
Yeah, and actually, what's this festival this year? What's it gonna look like? How do you participate in organizing this event?
So all what we ask, just dress Vyshyvanka to school, university, or to work. Of course, students and schools and NGOs making concerts and some other kinds of holidays. Okay, it's good, but for us it's important just when people are dressing Vyshyvankas.
That's it.
Yes,
That's
it's okay. You're saying that it's only, but it's very big and very important process for Ukraine and for Ukrainian nation, because who don't love our country or who don't understand a process in our country, he wouldn't dress Vyshyvanka.
Yeah, that's probably right. And when you mentioned your informational campaign, I know that you're going to present a movie, right? A documentary dedicated to Vyshyvanka, to the history of Vyshyvanka, and to cultural meanings. So let's talk about that. What's the idea behind the movie? How do you create it?
We understand that our holiday day of Vyshyvanka is now World Day, and we understand that we must tell about Vyshyvanka more, so people must know more. That's not just beautiful clothes. They must know history and understand this history. We made a big first documentary film about Vyshyvanka. We shoot this film in all ethnographical regions of Ukraine and in other 5 countries, in Canada, Germany, Italy, United Arab Emirates.
Even United Emirates?
Yes, we have their very young Ukrainian diaspora, but
Wow.
it is so. And of course in Russia. And
was it difficult to shoot this movie in Russia?
Not so easy.
Not so easy?
I want to tell you, yes, it was not so easy, but we have video from Russia. So it was ethnography. And in film we have to, of course, people, human stories. And in lives of these people, Vyshyvanka played a very important role. And we found these stories with film director Alexander Tkachuk and science advisor Alexei Dolia in Ukraine and in other countries. For example, we have a story from Sokal, it's Lvivska Oblast. In 1937, when many of Ukrainian people were sent to Siberia, and they cannot take Vyshyvanka with. They put them into a ground, and they were into a ground 60 years. And when we became independent, their grandchildren found these Vyshyvankas. So
Wow.
Vyshyvanka is really heritage of a nation, like not just like a material, so like a spirit.
Yeah, like a symbol of struggle in a way. And you have this beautiful Vyshyvanka. Do you have any other ones? You probably bought ones for your kids or family.
Of course, I have many Vyshyvankas. I think more than 100 from
More?
yes from
Wow.
yes. My mother started collection of Vyshyvankas, and there are Vyshyvankas from many regions of Ukraine, and of course all my friends and my family have Vyshyvanka, and we dress these clothes on holidays, Eastern, birthdays, and sometimes when I want to be beautiful or strong.
Yeah.
Yes, there are so days that I understand, well, today I must dress Vyshyvanka.
Do you think that you mentioned the just average days? Do you think that Vyshyvanka should be a part of everyday's life of people, not only holidays?
Yes, and our holiday, our day of Vyshyvanka is about that what you said, and we say every year that the day of Vyshyvanka must be on the third Thursday of May, so it must be a working day, just working day, not holiday, not weekend.
What exactly do you find a lot of people who support the idea in Russia?
Last year in Moscow there was Day of Vyshyvanka, very local. Not many people dressed Vyshyvanka because they understand danger, but they do it because they want to show their solidarity with Ukraine. So.
What about the constitutional and national laws that could maybe help you promote the Vyshyvanka in Ukraine?
We address the president. We addressed to the president of Ukraine, so he would sign a bill to make День Vyshyvanka, Day of Vyshyvanka, national official holiday. I think it will be very important bill because he will show that Ukrainian can unite it, and when they united, we have results. And this bill will show that Ukrainian can influence to the state process.
Ms. Voroniuk, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
You've been watching Ukraine Today. I'm Sergey Ganisyan, and I've been joined by Lesia Voroniuk, the initiator of the festival of the Vyshyvanka Day. Many thanks for watching us, and I'll see you next time.